Okay. It is 12:38, and I will call the special Board of County Commissioners meeting to order. It's September 2nd, and we will start with a salute to the flag. If Vice Chair Herman could lead us. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We'll now move in to roll call. Madam Clerk.
Chair Hill.
Here.
Vice Chair Herman. Michael Clark.
Present.
Mary Luz Garcia.
Here.
Clara Andriola.
Present.
Interim Manager Kate Thomas.
Here.
Chief Deputy District Attorney Michael Large.
Here.
And Kathy Smith, Chief Deputy Clerk. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll now move into item 3, which is our public comment. If Manager Thomas could help us with that.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We are on public comment, and comment heard under this item will be limited to 3 minutes per person and may pertain to matters both on and off the Commission agenda. Unused time may not be allocated to other speakers, and the Commission will also hear public comment during individual action items with comment limited to 3 minutes per person. Comments are to be made to the Commission as a whole, and virtual public comment may be taken when facilities are available. A speaker's viewpoint will not be restricted. However, reasonable restrictions may be imposed upon the time, place, and manner of speech. Irrelevant statements, unduly repetitious statements, and personal attacks that would objectively antagonize or incite others are examples of speech that may be reasonably limited. The Board of County Commissioners carries out the business of Washoe County and its residents during its meetings. The presiding officer may order a person removed if the person's conduct or statements disrupt the order or safety of the meeting. Warnings about disruptive conduct or comments may or may not be given prior to removal. Furthermore, certain disruptions of a public meeting are criminal acts as defined under state law, which may result in prosecution in appropriate cases.
Thank you very much. And just a note to the board members, Granicus is acting up right now. They're going to reset it tomorrow, so your screen will not work for this meeting. I apologize, but we're not voting for this meeting, so I think it should be okay. So thank you, Manager Thomas. Madam Clerk, if you'll help us with the public comment.
Yes. Oscar Williams.
Good morning, or good afternoon, sorry. 12:40 already. Days flying by. So my name is Oscar Williams. I've been a resident of Reno since 1993. Did you guys get this? Do you see this document right here?
I received it.
Okay, good. Not everybody did, so I apologize if you haven't received it. Should have got it, but I'm going to talk a little bit about this. A little over a year ago, I sent you guys a letter regarding the continuity of operations plan for elections, and I mentioned the word generator. The continuity of operations plan doesn't actually have the word generator in it, such as the backup generator. This is important because in the 2024 general, I believe it was November 11th, the day before final counting, the power went out in this facility and the counting stopped. The backup generator did not work. The redundant backup generator was disconnected. And the protocol at that point under the continuity of operations plan is to move the ballots to continue counting. The Register of Voters actually had a tabulator sitting over at the annex, but for some reason didn't feel it was necessary to move the ballots to continue the counting, and precious time was lost. Add to that the current cyber attack that is ongoing in the state, and you realize that our elections are in jeopardy. We do not have a viable plan to continue the conduct of elections should there be a power loss in this facility or the state servers should go down for whatever reason. Ultimately, the solution will be, and I will like to page forward here for the people in the audience as well. Here's a short list of, here's a short list of things that we can discuss. This is just a sounding board so that you guys can readdress the continuity of operations plan that you have. Happy to help you with that if asked, but the idea is that the more we rely on electronic methods of voting, the more at risk we put the elections, whether it be through malware or power loss or a hack of the state system. we can insulate ourselves if we pursue a certain processes, including having hand-marked paper ballots at the polls. Just mark them with a ballpoint pen. Power goes down, you have a backup-powered lighting kit, which only costs a few $100s probably for the average location, and you can continue the process of checking in voters. You might need a paper backup of the voter rolls, such as they do in Pennsylvania, for this very kind of a thing. So the idea is that this document, I hope you guys get a chance to read it thoroughly. Mr. Large, I sent you a copy as well. You may not have got it yet. And it's just to get you guys to think and to address a worst-case scenario, kind of like what we're experiencing now. But if it was an election today, we would be hard-pressed to finish the election. And it is our duty to have a better plan. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Penny Brock.
Penny Brock, for the record, it was disappointing to see on the agenda that you are not going to, maybe you are, who knows what you're going to talk about, but it looks like you're not covering elections. That surprises me. In light of the investigations going on of Nevada, which will trickle into Washoe County, of the 2020 elections and moving forward from there. So it's surprising that this is not going to be addressed, I'm assuming, at 2 o'clock. Also, because of what's coming forward from the White House, this just came out last week from our President, Donald Trump. Voter ID must be part of every single vote, no exceptions. We'll be doing an executive order to that end. Also, no mail-in voting, except for those that are very ill and far away military. Use paper ballots only. President Donald J. Trump. Also, I believe that you will be discussing this housing, which I don't understand your definition. I'm hoping that you will define what kind of housing you're talking about. But this came out, the Trump administration to remove any illegal immigrants from Section 8 housing, requiring proof of citizenship from all tenants and enforcing Section 214 of the Housing and Community Development Act. I believe Washoe County will be facing this issue. Another issue that is of concern to the residents is Washoe County faces higher crime rates than the rest of the nation, per an FBI report. In fact, since 2015, Washoe County's violent crime rate has remained higher than the national per capita, hitting a 10-year high over 530 violent crimes per 100,000 residents in 2017. This is from the, it talks about Washoe County's crime rate. We get a D rating. Is someone going to talk about the crime rate we have going on? I do not find the crime statistics posted for 2025 at all. The 2024 crime rate is not complete. We have a huge issue here. Crime is a huge issue in Washoe County and needs to be addressed. Why aren't the crime statistics being posted for the residents of Washoe Valley? People are afraid. People will not go downtown. We do not feel safe. People are not wanting to walk in their certain neighborhoods because they're not safe.
Thank you.
Sandy Tibbet.
Sandy Tibbet for the record. So I am here to address quality of life. The growing danger homelessness, to address the growing danger homelessness is posing to Washoe County citizens and to urge you all to make a bold shift in how you handle this crisis. The 2024 point-in-time count reported 1,760 homeless individuals with 363 unsheltered, contributing to rising safety concerns. Encampments along the Truckee River, in our parks, and on our freeway ramps, as you see coming in here, are linked to increased crime and aggressive behavior, frightening residents and straining businesses. Last week, I was at work. I had a homeless man come in with his orange drink and threatened to pour that all over our books. We're a bookstore. I proceeded to get him out of the store, and then he proceeded to throw the drink on the building and the bottle in the parking lot, and I locked the door. That's no way to run a business. The medical examiner's 2024 data noted 77 homeless deaths, including 6 homicides and many tied to fentanyl and methamphetamine overdoses, highlighting a dangerous intersection of homelessness and substance abuse. These issues make our streets and public safe spaces unsafe, stretching our emergency services thin by having to respond to homeless encampments daily. The Nevada Cares campus, despite costing over $80 million, is failing us. Since opening in 2021, Reno's homeless population has skyrocketed from 80 to 1,800, a 2,000% increase, while our county continues to pour more money into our broken system. Reports indicate the campus lacks accountability, with federal regulations preventing requirements for clients to be drug-free, work, or seek treatment. Some graduated clients turn free housing into drug dens, perpetuating crime and dependency rather than solving it. 23 deaths at the campus since 2021, including 6 overdoses, underscore this failure. The county's own data shows only 7% of clients secure permanent housing and 37% return to homelessness within 6 months. This isn't progress. It's a cycle of waste and harm. So it is time to stop fueling this failed model. I urge you to change course and empower our churches to lead the coordination of care. Local faith communities have long provided compassionate, effective support, often with fewer resources, but with greater accountability. Churches can offer holistic care by addressing addiction, mental health, and job training, free from restrictive federal mandates, and fostering real rehab. The county can partner with these trusted institutions, redirecting our funds to support their proven outreach rather than expanding a campus that's drawing more vagrants to Reno. Please act to protect our citizens. Partner with the church.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No one else has signed in.
Okay, thank you very much. We will take a break and resume the state of the county at 2 o'clock and have a great time until then. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We are going to get this State of the County started. On behalf of the Washoe County Commissioners, I want to welcome you to the 2025 State of the County Washoe at Work, Serving Our Community. Before I get started, I wanted to draw your attention to a very special event happening right outside our chambers. In the atrium, you'll find tables hosted by a number of organizations, our nonprofit partners in town who have received funding from the American Rescue Plan Act from the Board of County Commissioners. And these funds have allowed us to forge very strong public-private partnerships, and these nonprofits need your help right now. So if you could please check them out and give them the support, we would really appreciate. They'll be here until 3:30 today. And please enjoy a cookie on your way out. We also wanted to make sure we fed you before you left to say thank you for coming to this, our first State of the County in a very long time. And an event like this does not happen without all of the incredible staff who work at Washoe County and the amazing elected officials, department heads, and these folks are committed to this work every day. They are true public servants. It's a joy to serve along with them. And I feel like we don't give enough love to our public servants. And so if you could just give a round of applause to the county staff. Thank you so much. They're amazing. And thank you to our interim county manager, Kate Thomas. We really appreciate your leadership during this time, and we look forward to the future. So I wanted to also just call out all of the dignitaries in this audience. We really appreciate folks coming out to support Washoe County in our work. So we have Nevada State Senator Angie Taylor, and yes, Second Judicial District Court Judge, Judge Egan Walker. You're going to see him on the video. Reno Sparks Indian Colony Chairman Daryl Gardipi. Where is the chairman? And for the City of Sparks, we have Mayor Ed Lawson, Council Member Charlene Bybee, Councilmember Diane Vanderwell, Councilmember Joe Rodriguez, City Attorney Wes Duncan, and City Manager Dion Luthen. And for Washoe County School District Board of Trustees, we have Chair Beth Smith and Trustee Diane Nicolette, Trustee Colleen Westlake, and Trustee JJ Phoenix. And Truckee Meadows Community College, we have President Jeffrey Alexander here as well. And if you haven't met him, he's new to town, so get to know him. He's doing great work. And we also have elected representatives from our general improvement districts, representatives from UNR, Northern Nevada Public Health, Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District, our local boards and commissions, and our citizen advisory boards. And you're going to hear more about their incredible work here soon. But thank you all for joining us. This afternoon, you'll be hearing from my coworkers, fellow commissioners, as they introduce 5 subjects of importance that we are working on in Washoe County that are part of our strategic plan. So you'll first hear from Vice Chair Herman, and she will be discussing our citizen advisory boards and community engagement. Then you'll hear from Commissioner Mike Clark. He will be talking about senior services. And then you'll hear from Commissioner Mariluz Garcia. She'll be talking about housing and eviction mitigation. And then you'll hear from Commissioner Andriola, and she will be talking about behavioral health. I will close out the program by focusing on some of our quality of life initiatives, which makes our county such an incredible place to live. I know we all love it here. So we'll begin with our program, and I can't wait for you to hear where we plan on going as a community. So I will invite Vice Chair of the Commission, Commissioner Jean Herman, to come up and to the podium and introduce the first video.
I'm not as good a speaker as you are, but I will read this. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Jean Herman, and I'm honored to serve as your Washoe County Commissioner. for District 5 and as Vice Chair of the Washoe County Commission. My district covers a large part of the county, in fact, huge part of the county, from the North Valleys all the way up to the Oregon border. So there's a lot of land and a lot of voices to hear. Many of the people I represent have chosen a rural way of life, and I'm deeply committed to protecting that. I've spent the past 10 years making sure that the residents of Washoe County have a voice in the decisions that affect them. To me, being a commissioner isn't about telling people what I think is best. It's about listening to what the people want and doing my best to make it happen. One of the ways we've done that is through our Citizens Advisory Boards, or CABs. I've always been a strong supporter of CABs, and I still believe in the value they bring to our communities. I'll admit, not everything about CABs today looks the way I think it should be. I'd like to see them have more say in development projects and other things. And I've said that more than a few times. But I also believe that any opportunity for people to come together, share their thoughts, and be heard by the elected officials is something really special. This video you're going to see highlights our CAB program and other ways that Washoe County gathers your input. It's just one part of how we stay connected to you and how you stay connected to your local government. I hope it inspires more people to get involved, to show up and to speak up, because at the end of the day, this job isn't about me, it's about you. Please enjoy the video.
Across Washoe County, residents are showing up and speaking up. From our forest and foothills to the valley floor, communities are finding their voice through citizens advisory boards. These meetings, which are otherwise known as CABs, offer more than 75 opportunities each year for residents in Washoe County to engage directly with local government.
For anyone that didn't know what the CAB is, it's just a community meeting. You don't have to be special to show up, you just have to show up and have an interest in getting involved. It all starts right here, seeing how your community comes together and creates change.
Citizens Advisory Board meetings create more than just a forum. They create a two-way conversation. They're where the county shares important updates and, more importantly, where the county listens. From fire services and emergency alerts, traffic safety, and utility projects, CABs connect residents directly with the agencies that help shape their daily lives. Whether it's RTC, NDOT, NV Energy, or Washoe County departments, these meetings bring the experts to the neighborhoods so the residents can ask questions, raise concerns, and help guide solutions.
I think the most important thing that I've learned being involved in the CAB is that anybody can do it. You don't have to have a law degree or a degree in engineering or anything like that to be part of any of those boards. You just have to be willing to get involved and commit to it.
And that community commitment goes beyond the meeting room. During the past year, CAB members, county staff, and volunteers rolled up their sleeves for a series of free neighborhood cleanups in Sun Valley.
I do trail run around here. It's really disheartening when you're out enjoying nature and you come upon a pile of junk. This just is really helpful for keeping our open space beautiful and enjoyable for us and for our future generations.
The impact was massive. With dozens of volunteers, more than 118,000 pounds of waste collected in just 3 events, including 4,250 tires, 12,000 pounds of e-waste, and 23,000 pounds of hazardous materials.
When I started with the CAB, we might have had 4 or 5 people there, and now we have almost 30. These are real big things that we're all working on, and we get a lot of input from the community on all of this.
Every action, every meeting, and every community event helps build a healthier, more connected Washoe County. These events are about bringing people together to solve problems, clean up our neighborhoods, and shape decisions that reflect community priorities.
I love it. I have never done anything like this before. It's very rewarding. I have really learned a lot about my community, and I've been here 37 years.
From neighborhood parks to policy decisions, your voice matters. Whether it's cleaning up neighborhoods, learning more about your community at a CAB meeting, or getting out to meet new neighbors, these grassroots partnerships are creating visible change block by block. And it all starts by showing up.
And now I'd like to introduce Commissioner Mike Clark to talk about our senior services.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for taking your time to come and join us this afternoon. You know, this is kind of scary up here for some people, not for me. I'm up here, there's no gavel, there's no hook, there's no trap door, even though I dropped my paper. Anyhow, by just looking at me with the naked eye, you can all tell that I'm a senior citizen. May look like I'm a senior citizen, but I'm really an 8-year-old trapped in this body. Yeah. Life is about having fun and enjoying life, and we're going to talk about seniors here in just a couple of minutes. It's something I wanted to point out. I was able to adopt a dog this weekend, Saturday. I went up to SPCA and adopted a dog. I was ready to pay my fee, and I found out that seniors get their dogs free. So... Free is my favorite four-letter F word. I like free stuff, okay? So if you're a senior and you're looking for a pet, I recommend you go to the animal control and get a free dog or cat or bunny or hamster or whatever you're looking for. They may have one. So again, there's some benefits to being a senior, and free dogs are one of them. So got a beautiful dog to go home with, and it was very nice. The county's asked me to read a few words, which I'll do, and then before I get to that, though, I want to emphasize seniors are a large percentage of our population, anywhere from 10 to 25% of the population here in the county are seniors, depending on who you talk to, and the folks. Some of them need help. Some of them need help with socialization. Some of them need help with food insecurity. Some of them need help with housing. I hear that Commissioner Garcia is going to talk about evictions and that type of thing. That affects seniors as well. These are folks that are in the end of their earning period, and they need help. There's one group in town here, Senior Rescue, that helps folks if they get a raise in their rent, pays their helps them pay their rent for the next year until they can maybe find another accommodation. So, you know, anything we can do to keep seniors from being homeless is something that we should all strive for. So, I'm Mike Clark, your Washoe County Commissioner, representing District 2, which includes South Reno and Washoe Valley. While that's the district I was elected to serve, I view my role as County Commissioner as a responsibility to all Washoe County residents. One group I hold especially close to my heart is our senior citizens. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm tireless advocate for ensuring our seniors not only have access to services they need, but also the dignity, connection, and quality of life they deserve. Whether it's providing welcoming space at our senior center where seniors can gather and connect, or offering a safe place to enjoy hot meals with friends, even if I may have a few thoughts on how we can improve the menu, we are making strides. And today I'm especially proud to highlight a major step forward, our $2.8 million investment in Washoe County Senior Center. This includes a range of enhancements such as installation of high-tech on-med care station, which brings telehealth access right to the heart of our senior services. You're about to see a video that will showcase these recent improvements, and while there is a lot to be proud of, we're not finished. I remain committed to pushing for even better care and stronger services for our seniors. Please enjoy this brief video highlighted the latest investment in supporting our senior citizens. I might have struggled reading that. For those who might see these crazy glasses I'm wearing, I had my eyes operated on last week and got 2 new lenses put in, and they're not quite focused yet. So that's one thing about being a senior. I've got some bionic eyes now, so in a week or two I'll really be able to look into things. So thanks for coming out today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.
In the heart of Washoe County, a beloved community hub is back and better than ever. The Washoe County Senior Center has officially reopened after a nearly $2.8 million transformation. The renovations modernized a space that hadn't seen major upgrades in nearly 5 decades, with brand new lighting, flooring, a refreshed kitchen and dining room, and updated restrooms and library.
It's been almost 50 years since there's been a renovation to the building, and we wanted it to be inviting and welcoming to seniors and make it a better environment for everybody.
The updates also support the essential services offered here, including more efficient meal delivery and safer, more accessible facilities.
People really wanted to be able to spread out, and if they wanted to play cards, not having a lot of distractions in the background, and exercise groups. People wanted to have movies and just a better atmosphere to hang out in and have activities and be with friends. I think those things were achieved, and everything we're hearing is positive feedback so far, so that's been really great.
In addition to physical upgrades, the center now offers something truly cutting edge, a first-of-its-kind healthcare experience for seniors. Washoe County Human Services Agency has partnered with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Nevada Medicaid and OnMed to launch Nevada's first publicly available OnMed Care Station, a private, high-tech clinic in a box.
People can come and learn a lot and just enjoy themselves, spend the day here and relax. We love that, and that's what they deserve.
The Senior Center is a very important part of my community because it unites the seniors. They get to share stuff. They get to enjoy a good meal. On Wednesdays, the Grumpy Old Men plays. I love that band, and we love to dance. So it's a very important part of our community, the Senior Center.
If you want a ride, I will give you a ride. You need to experience this at least once in your lifetime.
With activities like bingo, art, therapy pets, tech classes, and now hybrid healthcare access, this newly reopened center is more than a building, it's a lifeline. The Washoe County Senior Center is open, connected, and ready for health, happiness, and a future that honors the past.
And now I will welcome Commissioner Mariluz Garcia to the podium to talk about attainable housing and eviction mitigation.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Bienvenidos a todos. Gracias por estar aquí. I see a lot of smiling faces, which we don't typically see on a Tuesday afternoon, so thank you. I invite you to come back next Tuesday. This is lovely. So, my name is Mariluz Garcia, and I am so proud to be Washoe County Commissioner representing District 3. I cover downtown Reno, West Sparks, and Sun Valley. And today I'm honored to introduce a video that highlights the powerful work that Washoe County is doing to make it more possible for people now and in the future to live in this amazing community we call home. Some of us may not interact with our cabs or may not consider ourselves seniors, but everybody in this room interacts with housing. It's a topic that is very important to all of us. Making sure our residents can find and stay in housing that fits their needs is something I care deeply about, not just as a commissioner, but as a mom, a neighbor, and someone who hails from Northern Nevada. I want my children to have a chance to live here without the constant pressure of rising rents or out-of-reach mortgages. And I know many of you feel the same way about your own families. So how are we working toward that future? By updating our development code to allow for more flexible, creative housing types. Options that make living in Washoe County more attainable, more realistic, and more reflective of how people actually live here today. And at the same time, we're focused on keeping people in their homes. Our eviction mitigation efforts are designed to support residents who are at risk of losing housing and fall into homelessness because stability matters and prevention is powerful. Just this summer, we opened 50 units of permanent supportive housing that provides long-term affordable housing, on-site supportive services like mental health, substance abuse counseling, nursing care, employment help, and therefore primarily for individuals that have disabilities and those experiencing chronic homelessness. So together, we're finding new ways to support our community, and please enjoy this short video on the strides that Washoe County is making on housing variety and eviction mitigation. Thank you again.
In Washoe County, attainable housing isn't one size fits all. It's about identifying what's missing and plugging the gaps with practical, people-centered solutions. The national housing crisis has hit close to home, and finding solutions for all walks of life is a regional issue. Whether it's helping families avoid eviction or building housing for our most vulnerable residents, the county is working with partners to create stability and a greater quality of life for our residents. Sometimes, the missing piece is just a few $100s. The county's eviction mitigation efforts has helped thousands avoid homelessness through emergency rental assistance and tenancy support.
We were able to obtain a little under $6 million from the Treasury of initial COVID-era funding to provide emergency rental assistance. We're at the tail end of that grant, but that emergency rental assistance piece has been really critical to not only getting folks housed out of homelessness, but also provide some emergency rental assistance so people can stay stably housed.
Washoe County's Tenancy Support Program has a 91% success rate, helping people navigate landlord issues and stay in their homes. Not everyone qualifies for assistance, and not everyone can afford to buy a house. For working families, the missing piece may be in the middle.
Missing middle is housing with multiple units that is compatible in scale with single-family housing. So it's those things like the duplexes where they can kind of blend into that single-family environment but still provide more attainable housing options.
Washoe County is expanding what's possible on housing by changing county code to bring options to people who were once overlooked and provide greater flexibility for homeowners.
About half of our community is actually cost burdened, so that means they're paying more than 30% of their income on rent or on housing costs. And so it's could be anybody who is unable to afford the housing that is available in our community, but especially our seniors and young people are the most cost burdened. And so those are the types of folks who these missing middle housing types or accessory dwelling units can really help provide a place where they can live in the community throughout their lives, not just when they're making, at their peak income, but from being new adults to being seniors.
Another missing piece? Stability for those with the most complex needs. This summer, Washoe County opened a 50-unit permanent supportive housing building on the Nevada Cares campus.
This building provides 50 studio units that will pair with what's called an assertive community treatment model that provides full clinical wraparound services to the folks staying here.
Funded through a $21.9 million Home Means Nevada grant and a $5.6 million Supportive Housing Development Fund Award, this collaboration with Washoe County includes county funding for staffing and operational costs. This project is designed for people who need more than just a roof. Each ADA accessible unit includes a private bathroom and kitchen with centralized laundry. Residents also have access to indoor lounges, sunny courtyards, and a group room, all built to foster community and dignity. The county has also partnered with Accessible Space Inc. to build more units next door, more than doubling the supportive housing footprint on a campus designed to stabilize, heal, and help residents transition to independent living.
I think projects like this, it's important to constantly remind ourselves that these are 5-year overnight successes. And it takes that vision, it takes that perseverance, and it takes such a deep belief in that what you're doing is the right path for people and for helping others in a real way. I think we've continued the momentum on this with SB 540, with the Nevada Attainable Housing Act this past legislative session. And this is really going to help us continue to build housing across the spectrum of need and to bring more projects like this to life.
Homelessness is too complex for one group to solve alone. Washoe County is working with our regional partners to fill the gaps. From preventing eviction to building homes with wraparound support, Washoe County is creating a stronger foundation, one missing piece at a time.
And now I will bring up Commissioner Andriola to talk about behavioral health.
Oh my goodness. Look at all of you folks taking time out to come and listen to all the great work that Washoe County is doing. Thank you, Chair Hill, and thank you all for coming. One of the most important responsibilities I hold as a commissioner is ensuring that our community has the resources it needs to meet people where they are. This applies especially when they are in crisis. Whether it's the humanitarian viewpoint of what's best for a person or the business case of reducing costs to the community, it's the same answer. It's supported by an evidence-based model. Behavioral health is not a side issue. It's at the very heart of public safety, of family stability, of workforce readiness, and community well-being. And it's a priority that we are proud to elevate on behalf of Washoe County. We all know the stakes. Too often, people struggling with mental illness or substance use disorder end up in the justice system, in our jails or in our emergency room. This happens despite what they really need, which is treatment. That is why Washoe County has taken bold steps alongside with many of our partners to reimagine how we respond. From mobile crisis teams and the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, to reopening the Crisis Care Center, to building the Washoe Behavioral Health Center dedicated to children and adolescents, we are putting the right interventions in the place at the right time, in the right setting. This is not easy work. It requires collaboration, investment, and persistence. But the progress we are making represents a turning point for our county, and it's saving the county money. Just one example of a new initiative is the Competency Court, program championed by Judge Walker, who has demonstrated promising results. In its first 10 months of operations, the program diverted appropriate offenders from incarceration to treatment, avoiding approximately 5,800 jail days and saving taxpayers approximately $2.9 million. I could not be prouder, along with all of my colleagues who support this, as you watch this next video highlighting the ways Washoe County is transforming behavioral health services, building a smarter system of response, and giving our residents a chance to heal and to thrive.
Every year in Washoe County, thousands of people with mental illness or substance use disorders encounter the justice system, often not because of a crime, but because of a crisis. The sequential intercept model helps us change that trajectory. It maps out 6 points of potential intervention, from the moment someone is in distress to their return to the community. The goal is simple: intervene early, provide treatment, not punishment. Prevent people from cycling through the courts, jails, and hospitals when what they really need is help.
It's pretty well known that we have a mental health crisis in the United States. We certainly have a mental health crisis in Nevada and in Washoe County. And either we are going to manage the crisis or it is going to manage us. And the sequential intercept model is a very nuanced, kind of evidence-based way of attacking a community health-based problem like mental health in a way that hopefully serves the citizens of the county in a thoughtful, organized manner.
Mental health court
did impact my life. It changed my life. Here I am, 50 years old. My life is intersecting with the justice system. And without mental health court intervening and being a diversion, I definitely feel like I would be dead or in prison. It was the first time I had had that kind of support ever in my life. It's an incredible process, I just have to say.
From mobile crisis teams to community-based courts, Washoe County is using the SIM model to build a smarter system, one that offers real options, earlier interventions, and lasting recovery. Washoe County and a large group of partners are working to transform the support residents receive on what could be their toughest day. It starts with the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, a 24/7 resource offering help, hope, and a human voice at the other end of the line.
You've reached the 988 Lifeline. This is Yasha.
When a phone call, text, or chat isn't enough, they may need someone to come to them. The region is working with the state to expand mobile crisis teams able to respond in the community. And finally, sometimes we need more, a safe place to be. Washoe County is collaborating with our partners to reopen the Crisis Care Center, a safe environment for adults to stabilize and connect to care. Instead of ending up in jail or the emergency room, people in crisis can now get the help that they need when they need it most.
Our region's efforts to build out the best practice crisis response system, I think, will be a real game changer. It's going to matter most for people who are experiencing a behavioral health crisis, where we will get them real access to care when they need it the most. The elements, having a call line that you can call, the 988 hotline, having mobile crisis teams that can come to you, or having a safe place to be like a crisis care center, will really make a difference for our community.
While we respond to immediate needs, we are also building for the future. The Washoe Behavioral Health Center on 9th Street will soon begin serving children and adolescents, a population deeply impacted by trauma, instability, and unmet behavioral health needs.
The goal for Washoe County Behavioral Health really is to offer comprehensive services for children in our community. When I say comprehensive, that means residential services, outpatient services, crisis services, stabilization services for kids really between about the ages of 5 and 18 years old. There was a big gap when the hospital closed down in 2021, and the gap really continues in our community. We don't have, or certainly have limited amount of residential services for children and adolescents, and residential services for the pediatric population, the kiddos from about 5 through 11 years old, is really non-existent. So we're really excited to be able to get this building up and operating.
You don't completely transform how a community responds overnight, and so we're in the process of bringing on all of the components, but we really look forward to that future where the entire continuum of care is there to serve the needs of the people of Washoe County.
Well, the one negative of calling out dignitaries is that sometimes you miss a few. So I just wanted to call out City of Sparks Councilmember Abbott, who I think I missed. Yes, he's right here. Chief Judge Lynn Jones, who is in the audience. Yes. And I think I saw... Did I see DA Chris Hicks? I'm not sure. Anyway, okay. Thank you very much. I am going to close out the program with our focus on quality of life, which is why we all love living in Washoe County. You've heard how much we are doing for our seniors and how hard we're working to listen to our community, and the work we're doing in behavioral health and attainable housing and eviction mitigation. These are big challenges, and of course there's never enough funding to really help everyone who needs the support. And with all of the accomplishments that we have, we do face challenges at Washoe County. Last week, during our regularly scheduled Board of County Commissioners meeting, the county manager did present a budget of a challenging financial outlook for Washoe County. While our comptroller's office is still closing out 2025, we're looking at being over budget for personnel and under budget in service and supplies. Tax revenue is down, but not just here in Washoe County, but throughout the state of Nevada. And sadly, we're bracing for tough times ahead. I know, given everything that we've celebrated today, we can come together as a community and continue to make Washoe County a great place to live. And so with the doom and gloom, there's also a lot to celebrate. The reason that we live here are our libraries, our parks, our cultural amenities, and this is a place where we want to raise families and where seniors can come together, where arts and culture remind us of who we are. And this is part of the work that we do at Washoe County every day. So this next video and the final video is highlighting many of the ways that Washoe County is enhancing quality of life for all of us.
What's new for quality of life in Washoe County? Our signature park, Rancho San Rafael Regional Park, home of the Great Reno Balloon Race, is about to get even better. Guided by the 2024 Master Plan and funded through the American Rescue Plan Act, Washoe County is planning to build a new open-air amphitheater through a public-private partnership. The 30 by 40 foot performance stage with terraced lawn seating for up to 2,500 people will host concerts, festivals, educational programs, and community celebrations. The space will feature accessible walkways and garden paths, creating a vibrant venue while keeping annual maintenance costs low. From one side of the county to the other, our regional parks are where connections happen.
This is the 20th year of the Lazy 5 Summer Music Series, and we had a big 20th anniversary celebration earlier with 10 hours of music and events. We've had 10 concerts every summer, every Wednesday at 6:30, and the park rangers do all of it. It's a very popular community event. We get about 800 to 1,000 people per show. People love it, so we're always excited and get lots of thank yous from the community.
From new amenities to year-round events, Washoe County parks are creating spaces for memories and keeping our community active. With 2 new outdoor fitness courts at Rancho San Rafael and South Valley's regional parks, residents can access free, full-body workouts any day of the week. Washoe County also maintains 10,000 acres of open space. And this year, we opened a new public access trailhead to the Truckee River from our Riverbend Open Space Park in Verdi. With easy access to the river, it's a great place for rafters, kayakers, or just a cool dip in the Truckee River. The project was made possible in part by a Land and Water Conservation Fund grant. Our quality of life also includes access to lifelong learning, technology, and free resources at one of our 12 Washoe County Library System branches. We offer more than books. From technology help to career resources, our libraries connect residents to the tools they need. Computer classes, one-on-one help from a book a librarian, and free access to databases and digital collections are empowering our community to learn, adapt, and thrive.
Once we started offering resources like a book librarian where we could help people make resumes, file for unemployment, file for Social Security, and people realized that they would have to get more used to technology than they had been previously. The attendance has kind of skyrocketed in the years since. My computer classes in English, the attendance was tripled from where we even were like a year or 2 ago.
From story times that spark a love of reading in children to technology coaching for seniors, libraries serve residents at every stage of life.
We have science programs, we have art programs, we have movies, we have diverse holiday and festival celebrations. In terms of teens, we do have science and art for teens as well as sometimes robotics. Additionally, for adults, we have arts as well. And for seniors, we have general community building, so like bingo night.
It's a social resource. I've gone there often enough that I know everybody that works there. They know me. And so it's a friendly environment.
And what's next? Due to the American Rescue Plan Washoe Arts and Culture Funds, more funding will be invested in commissioning public art, murals, and sculptures, and expanding the Washoe Art Trail. These projects will infuse creativity into neighborhoods, parks, and gathering spaces throughout the county. By placing art where people connect, explore, and unwind, Washoe County is enhancing daily experiences and fostering a stronger sense of community. The Washoe Arts and Culture Program will use this funding to purchase and install art pieces countywide, from trailside sculptures along the art trail to vibrant murals in public spaces, and to host outreach that engages residents in the creative process.
I love seeing individual families come to the park, families taking their time to spend time with their kids or their pets and enjoying our space that we've created for them.
By enhancing our parks, libraries, and cultural spaces, Washoe County is building a vibrant, connected community today and for generations to come.
Well, what a great reminder of the incredible things we have to celebrate in Washoe County. And although we face challenges, I know that we are all going to work on these issues together. And thank you for supporting Washoe County in this journey. And we are really stronger because of all of you, our community members. So after today, you can check out all these videos on the county's YouTube page, and hopefully you can share them with your friends and family. And in the future, our recruitment opportunity for the county manager is officially open, and that search is being conducted by CPS. Human Resources Consulting, and I know that we're really excited to find a new person for this exciting role. So join us this fall because we'll be holding public interviews, and we want to hear your thoughts about the next manager. With that, we are going to take a quick photo, and then I'll be turning things over to the Washoe County Clerk, who will invite those who are here to do their closing public comments. So we'll take a quick break, and then we'll do our final public comments. Thank you, everyone, for coming. We really appreciate your support. Thank you. If we could have the dignitaries come in the well, please. We want a picture with you. Okay, we do need per state law to take a final public comment. So if you want to socialize, please head out to the atrium and support our nonprofit partners out there. And and get your cookie as well, or you can stay in here and listen to public comment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You ready?
I think...
You want to wait?
Just a few... Okay, hopefully everyone who wants to socialize is heading out to the atrium, and everyone who wants to be part of public comment is just staying seated and getting ready to listen to our public commenters. Okay, Manager Thomas.
Thank you, Madam Chair. All right, this is our final public comment, and public comment heard under this item will be limited to 3 minutes per person and may pertain to matters both on and off the commission agenda. Unused time may not be allocated to other speakers, and please make your comments to the commission as a whole.
Thank you so much, Madam Clerk.
First up, we have Pam Dar.
I didn't sign up right away, so I was surprised to hear my voice so quickly. Or my name, sorry. It's been a day. I was at the Senior Fest, which was really busy and crazy. Got some cool stuff. My husband's going to be on Medicare, so I had to find out information. I'm not there yet. I got a while. I just wanted to bring up my concerns. There was only 3 minutes at the last meeting, so I really couldn't, or I didn't fit it in. This one request. I think it will help. I did have my heart skip a beat when I watched that homeless person verbally went after those 2 workers, and it did scare me, and I am concerned. And that CVS is still dark. That hasn't been addressed. Maybe, and I have ideas, maybe the management companies can get a hold of the commercial properties and do some deterrence and not make it comfortable for homeless to sleep in there, I mean, we need to have a meeting just addressing those issues. We're spending a lot of money to help people. We're addressing a lot of issues except keeping people safe when they're out there going about their daily lives. They're heading up north, up Vista, where there's no resources. Why are they heading up north? There's resources that way. And everybody's doing what they can, but someone could have really been hurt. And I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see somebody have that. They're saying, oh, most of them are safe, but you don't know. You don't know who's having a bad trip or something. So we need to also think about the people that are out there trying to live their lives. They're going to places where they shouldn't be going. I don't know why, how, what's going on. But maybe if we have a meeting between the cities, Sparks is doing a lot. I go to Reno, I go to the Auto Museum. I feel sad going down there. They're not doing enough, I don't think. I have Broadway series tickets because my mom always took me. I give them away a lot of times because it makes me sad going down there. And I'm supposed to go down there and have a good time. And that's just me, but I feel bad for them. People need a reason to be on this planet and do something. And it just makes me sad. So if something more can be done between the cities and the county and hash out ideas. My brother installed lights for a Catholic church to keep them from sleeping behind the church. They want them to go get their help, not hiding in the shadows. They got to come out of the shadows and get the help they need and hopefully have a blessed life. But thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Janet Butcher, followed by Mac Rossi.
Janet Butcher, for the record. I figured I'd be like one of the last people talking. I'm disappointed that all the people left, so they can't really listen to what people have to say about the county. I came here 33 years ago. Didn't plan on coming to Reno, but ended up here. Never said when I grow up I want to go to Reno, but I grew to love it. I don't love it anymore. And one of the reasons why is we did not address, when we talked about the quality of life in Reno, we did not address what is happening out in Spanish Springs area. I went to the airport the other day. It took me an hour to get into the airport. I feel bad for those people who have to drive in to the city every day and work. It's awful. I don't understand why we keep rezoning things, building things. I know that the chair said, oh, well, she lives in a multifaceted community and she's happy with it. Some of us moved out there to be away from that. I did. I lived in Northwest Reno. I spent 18 months to find some place where I could be out. Used to take me 12 minutes to get to McCarran. Why would it take an hour to get to the airport? That's awful. And all we are doing is building more and more, and wait till those trucks start coming on that road. It's going to be a nightmare. And you can smile, Mary Luz. It's not funny. No wonder those people are not happy, and they're angry, and they scoot in front of people, and they don't know, they cut people off. No wonder there's so many accidents and deaths. And if you think that's funny and cute, wonderful. You should be ashamed of that. Thank you.
Mac Rossi, followed by Nicole Harris.
Good afternoon. My name is Mac Rossi. Don't worry, I didn't bring any notes this time. The CAB. The CAB stands for County Advisory Board. I was on 10 years on the city NAB, which is the Neighborhood Advisory Board. The CAB I'm on with is the Verdi, and it's dying. It just doesn't draw the people. We went to every other month, and one of the things I noticed that kind of threw it off, development is no longer being addressed at the CAB. The CAB is a community thing. It needs to be heard. Have people come to the CAB and say, "Why aren't we going to hear this development that's going on?" So no, you got to go to another department. I honestly think it should be blended together, and where the community has an opportunity, because the county has a great program, I have to say. I brought it several times to the city of Reno and went on deaf ears, but all the people that are involved, the developers, the people around it, the county, all have to get together and stay on the same page before that development moves on. And I commend you for that. But somewhere along the line, our CAB, we have more people making presentations than we have people sitting listening to them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Mike Clark, in case you lose your job, there's a rock group called U2, and I think they could use you.
Nicole Harris, followed by Penny Brock.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and commissioners. I am sitting back here and saying, this is a great videos. It sounds like the Chamber of Commerce is pitching for people to come to Washoe County. What I find interesting, there are no list of all the great parks. I was waiting for my park to show up and felt a little disappointing that my park was not selected. My library wasn't selected. So if I was someone in the community at home, not knowing we have how many parks, not knowing the great festivals we have, it seems like every weekend we have a festival here, brings in lots of money like Burning Man. Those are some of the things I think we can educate our community as well as other folks. That's one. Second, if we don't have other departments coming to report and share their great quality of life or experiences. The Sheriff's Department, we don't have anything on public safety. That's a big concern. Also, we don't have any financial information. Figures are alluded that we're coming into a hard budget, but what is the trend? Where have we been? How much population growth? Where are our future forecasting? If you want us community members to participate, you gotta give us a carrot. the nomenclature of quality of life when I came here years ago, and now it's very different. I'm 10 years older, and what was important to me then is not as important to me now. So we need to keep that timeline reference. And we're not doing it because this display of videos are great, but it could be 5 years from now. It could have been 5 years beforehand. So in order to make it relevant and being accountable and transparent to everyone here, because I know you're going to come back and ask us for more money, we need a reason. Our fire protection, that's huge. I spent a week away from my home in the Davis fire. I said, well, if it's going to be like that, I might as well burn it, because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So those are some of the missing pieces I'm seeing in this presentation. And for 30 minutes to do this, it took longer to do one video for one section than it is for the entire presentation. So I've been up here at the podium before. I've asked for blue ribbon committees. I've asked for workshops. I guess this is where we are at now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Penny Brock, followed by Sandy Tibbet.
Is the overhead on, please? Penny Brock for the record. I spoke at the first comment time that you had 11:30 this morning, then had the long adjournment or recess. So at that time, I said I was hoping in the video you would address elections.
I'm sorry.
Because it's a huge problem.
Hopefully it'll pop up. Keep on going, sorry.
You may not be aware, but Nevada, the commissioners are, because I've addressed this before, but Nevada is being investigated for the elections from 2020 onward. The Department of Justice Civil Rights Division is involved, has begun their election or their investigation, as had the Department of Justice Criminal Division. DHS has now appointed someone to investigate elections. They're doing the 6 swing states, one of which is Nevada. Also, President Trump has appointed a special prosecutor, Ed Martin, to investigate elections. They're all coming into the swing states, which includes Washoe County. As I mentioned earlier at the first comment time, I doubted any of these great presentations were going to address elections. And I'm sad to say you did not disappoint me. It's very disappointing. Elections are the key to good government. And the people, the voters, are being denied a good election. Election integrity is missing. There's all kinds of reports out there on Facebook, Washoe Election Integrity Reporter, if anybody wants to find out what's going on throughout the nation. President Trump, as you can see by this, has said that voter ID must be a part of every single vote, no exceptions. I will be doing an executive order to that end. Also, no mail-in voting, except for those that are very ill and the faraway military. Use paper ballots only. I've been talking about this all year. Paper ballots are coming. No universal mail-in ballots, so that you who oversee our elections department can get this in place. This will be in place for the primary elections, which is in June of 2026, 9 months away. Is the current voter of register up for the job? From what I know about him, he's a tech guy. He does not have a background in elections. What are you going to do? You better start looking at that, I would ask, because we want this in place for our 2026 elections. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandy Tibbet.
Sandy Tibbet for the record. I was addressing the homeless earlier, so I just want to finish what I was saying. I'm asking you to please act to protect our citizens and restore safety. I'd like to see you partner with our churches to help lead the way to a more effective community-driven solution. So thank you. First, I want to say thank you to all the parties involved in bringing back our beloved Nevada State Fair to the Reno Livestock Event Center. Yes, my family and I were always huge fans of our state fair. Every year getting the discounted wristbands for the unlimited rides and spending the entire day with the family enjoying all the exhibits that showcase the heart of Nevada. The beautiful farm animals raised on TLC, and of course eating all the state fair staples. So I am looking forward to taking my grandkids to their first Nevada State Fair in June 2026, so thank you. I also want to express my gratitude for the outstanding work of our current library board of trustees. Under the leadership of Chair Silver, this board has shown an unwavering strength and commitment to building a balanced library system that serves our entire community. Despite facing relentless criticism, they've remained steadfast, prioritizing transparency, accountability, and a shared vision for a library that reflects our community's values and mission statement. Their resilience and dedication is truly inspiring, so I want to thank you, the commissioners, and Assistant County Manager Dave Solero for supporting a board that stands firm and works tirelessly to make our libraries the cornerstones of Washoe County, so thank you. So now I'm going to end with some constructive criticism. I am deeply disappointed by the recent vote from the commissioners, Andriola, Hill, and Garcia, to approve the TRPA's amendments, despite the overwhelming community opposition. Residents voiced their concerns about the increased density and the risks of fire evacuation delays, and yet you dismissed their pleas, citing legal obligations as a reason for your lack of courage. It feels callous to prioritize bureaucratic mandates over the people you serve who fear for their safety and the character of their communities. Your decision ignored the heartfelt petitions and public comments urging you to protect Lake Tahoe's integrity. I urge you to listen to your community, show the bravery to challenge external mandates, and prioritize the voices you represent. Washoe County deserves leaders who stand with us, not against us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pete Todoroff.
Pete Todoroff, Incline Village. I'd like to thank Mike Clark for standing up for Incline Village. The rest of you, I just want to point out one thing. I was property manager up there for 5 associations. One of my best friends, who is a retired colonel, was president of one of the associations. He said that the cost of fire insurance up there for one of the associations, 245 condos, was $1 million a year. $1 million a year, and if you sold your condo, was not transferable. Why? Because of the fire insurance was not transferable to the new owner. So again, I'd like to thank Mark Clark. The rest of you should be ashamed of yourself for not following his order. Because if the rest of you would have followed his lead, I'm sure, especially one of you was on the board of the TRPA, I'm sure if the rest of you would have followed his lead, you would have been able to sway the TRPA. The rest of you should have been ashamed of yourself. But anyhow, thank you, Mike Clark, for standing up for the community that voted you in. Like you said, the TRPA did not vote you in, nor the citizens of Incline Village did vote you in, and the citizens of this county did vote you in. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
There's nobody else signed in.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We'll now go to Manager and Commissioner announcements. Do you have anything for us, Manager Thomas? Okay, Vice Chair Herman? Okay, Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner Andriola, Commissioner Clark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would just like to ask, if we do the state of the county next year, can we do it on a day other than this day? And the reason being, it's the senior day at the mall. I have probably been going for the last 12 years. Today was the first time I missed, and I think it's important. It's one of the biggest events of the senior calendar for the year over at the Old Town Mall, and in the future we should try and avoid the conflict so those of us that like to go to the senior event can go without being stuck here. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for a great special meeting and state of the county, and we'll see you all soon. We are adjourned.